want to hear some witchy tea? Don't worry, it's not in this lifetime, so it's okay to talk about. This is chapter 3 in this book, The Trial of the Vardø, which is demonology at Europe's colonial edge. Let me get you up to speed. So this is we're in Finnmark, Norway. It's about 1620, somewhere roughly around there. Anyways, there is a Sami lady, a Sami woman. Her name is Kari Sørrensdatter. Now, she was charged with witchcraft and tried on May 13th, 1620. Said to have killed 2 men by drowning them, both separately, in the fjords that frayed the edge of the plateau of the northern Finnmark. The first man, Abraham Nilsson. He was a moderately wealthy trader who employed at least one servant, Ingeborg. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I apologize, but that's what I'm going with for right now. Just before his death, Ingeborg told Abraham she was pregnant. Abraham blamed Johannes Olsen, saying he was the father of the child. But whether or not he was the child's father, he was Kari Sørrensdatter's lover. Kari's neighbor said that her and Johannes have been each other in wedlock in a licentious relationship. Awkward phrases suggesting a sexual relationship like a marriage, but not sanctioned by the church. So Kari was drawn into Johannes' trouble. Abraham, angry and resentful, first approached Johannes with a request that he support Ingeborg materially. Since my maid is with your child, he said bluntly, make sure she's fed. Johannes did not deny that he was the father of the child, but he answered Abraham in shuffling, offhanded ways that infuriated him. If I can get a hold of anything, then I shall give it to her, Johannes said, and Abraham clenched his fist and took a swing at him. Unfortunately for Kari, she happened to be there watching the whole thing. So she stepped in between her man and this other dude, and she's like, hey, if you hit him, the devil shall be set loose. And perhaps it was a threat. Perhaps she meant violence was unchristian or was a sure way to escalate. Whatever her intentions, Abraham resented Kari's outspoken words and used them against her later on in court. And then a few days later, Abraham sailed along the coast of an official business with Johannes, but on separate boats. So they were on the same trip, separate boats. As soon as Abraham stepped onto the jetty back home, so it turns out that Abraham fell overboard. He was going to the railing of the boat and trying to relieve himself, and then he slipped and he fell overboard and drowned. Later on, when the boats arrived, Johannes joined Kari, and Kari's like, where the hell is he? Like, he's like, oh, well, he died. He fell overboard and he died. And she's like, wow, this is really not going to be good. And so other people were coming up to her, and she's like, girl, did you hear about Abraham? He died. He fell over. Like, and she's like, yeah, I know, I heard. I know already. She didn't say I heard. That's the problem. She didn't say I heard. She said, yeah, I know that already. And everybody's like, oh, witch. So, and then if that wasn't enough, Johannes at the fucking court, he's like throwing her under the bus. He's like, well, she pressured me. I'm just not ready, Katie. I'm just not ready, Kari. But he's like, yeah, she pressured me, so I should get off scot-free, which he did. And guess what? She got brought in for questioning, obviously, and she's like, he's not even like the baby daddy. Spam call. He's not even the baby daddy. Somebody else is the baby daddy. That Jacob N is the baby daddy, and he denied, of course. He's like, no. And then he ended up like breaking his back so badly that he blamed Kari, saying that it was her fault that she put a spell on him or a hex on him, and that's how he broke his back, because she was mad about him being in that whole kerfuffle or whatever. Oh man, so And then she's like, they decided at this point, okay, you're probably guilty enough to go ahead and give you the water test. So they go ahead and give her the water test. I'm trying to hurry. They go ahead and give her the water test, and she obviously fails. She floats. So they take her and they put her on the rack, which is this giant medieval like stretching machine where they stretch out all your limbs until they pop out of the sockets, and basically they're ripping you in half. And they're doing this as a way to gain her confession through torture, and thus it works. And eventually she's like, yes, okay, I'll fucking tell you, okay, let me down. And she goes ahead and she throws her stepsister under the bus, and she's like, yeah, I'm not the only witch, by the way. I taught my stepsister, or my stepsister knows how to do it too, at least. And so they go ahead and they strangle her, and then they burn her body, because, you know, all of that wasn't enough. She's totally innocent, by the way. Totally, completely innocent. Just happened to be wrong place, wrong time. What was the fate of Kari Edisdottir? That's not even, like, this book, this is why I fucking love reading so much, okay? Because, like, you can get the juiciest fucking tea through nonfiction books, history books. There's so much, it's basically gossiping, but just our great grandparents, like our great grandparents.